Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Cisco-Ccna static routing. And again, guys, if you want to get into more theory and knowledge, please visit us at www.ciscna.ca. You can get into CCNA or Cisco-JUNIPER certification, A+, N+, VMware, Microsoft, and other certifications. So guys, today our main aim is to do static route lab, just to get the understanding of the diagram. So in my diagram, I have 4 routers. I have an internet router, R100, the internet router. I'm calling it as an iNet router. Then there's a R1 router, R2 router, R3 router. And in my internet, I have 2 loopbacks. I have loopback 1, 2, 3, 4 with 1.2.3.4 and loopback 88. So I'm going to presume those are my public IPs, and there could be hundreds of other public IPs. Static routing is not an easy routing because it's not scalable when you have more routers, but when you have 2-3 routers, you're okay. So here what we are going to do, so just understand the topology, guys. Maybe if you want, you can quickly jot down the diagram. So always I advise you guys to draw the diagram handy. So we are going to look at the condition, then we are going to just keep on do the labs. So configure static route and default route for connectivity as per diagram. R1, R2, R3 need default static routes. Okay, only add static route if necessary. So that means unless it is absolutely necessary, do not add any static route. ISP router, we have to add a static route saying 10/8 back to router 1. So at the end of this particular lecture, I should be able to ping any to any connectivity. So let's go back to the diagram. So guys, make sure you screenshot this particular conditions also. Let's go back to the diagram. So again, we are doing static routing. So guys, I have the routers already connected but no IP addresses because it's a CCNA course. I want to make sure everybody understand how to do the routing. Okay, so I have pre-configured router, internet router, but not the static route, but everything else I want to configure because this is my first CCNA lab series. So if I go to internet router, if I want to see what is configured, I can type show IP interface brief, or even better, I can type, if I want to see the up interfaces, these are advanced studies, guys, I can type EON stands for exclude undersign. So it tells me I have 3 interfaces configured. So show IP interface brief will give me status of the interface, what is the IP address, and if the interface is up or down. So I'm seeing 3 IPs as you see on the diagram. So if I type show run, I will be able to find the full configuration. Basically, I can find all the IP address given. So I want to see, okay, so everything is no shut, and also I'm seeing the mask. So what I normally do in my advanced studies, I always type this command. It tells me the IP address, interface, and if it is shut down or not shut down. Okay, so you are seeing loopback 88, there is no shutdown keyword, so that means it is up. So this is all pre-configured. So only thing I'm going to configure on this route, I want to configure static route. So let's see how to configure static route as per the requirement. IP route. Then it's asked me for destination prefix. I'm going to say 10.0.0.0 because all my internal network belong to 10. Okay. Then here I must type destination mask. So prefix 255.0.0.0. The next one I can do 2 things. I can just simply type Ethernet 00, or I can type 100.100.1. So by the way, guys, I haven't configured the IP, but let's put the static route. So 100.100.100.1. And I want to show you this one too. So if I put a question mark, there are other options available. But out of this one, the important option is you can define a number. For static route, you can define a number. When you define a number, that become a floating static route. For example, if I put 111, that become more than OSPF. So static route will be less preferred than OSPF. If I put 121 more than 120, the static route will be less preferred than RIP protocol. So there are ways to do. So we'll talk about that one in the upcoming labs. Okay, so now I'm going to configure, since I'm going to go to router 1 and see if any IPs are configured. Okay, IPs are configured, so we are good. So what I'm going to do here, R2 and R3, so I'm going to just verify this one, but R2 and R3 I'm going to default the configuration because I want to show you guys how I do the configuration. So I'm going to put so again guys, CCNA level, you don't have to worry too much about these ones. Let's type show IP interface brief. Okay, I will remove those one too because I will start from. It's a good exercise. You are seeing how I'm removing the configurations. Show IP interface brief. So guys, there is no IPs right now on either R2 or R3. So I want to show you how I'm going to configure the IPs for router 2. Let's move up. Okay, so I'm on router 2. Config T interface Ethernet 01. I'm looking at the diagram. IP address 10.12.12.2. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. I must type no shut. And also interface Ethernet 00. IP address 10.23.23.2. So guys, for the labs, you can use any simulator or emulator or real devices. So whatever you do in the class, or just you can try to get the emulators or simulators from Cisco, or you can buy online. Okay guys, so now I'm going to see the loopback 0. So there is a loopback 0 is 10.2.2.2. So interface loopback at exit out, interface loopback. So I can put lots of numbers, but I'm going to put interface loopback 0. So lots of people ask why in advanced routing classes, they ask why you need a loopback 0, because loopback 0 mainly sometimes used as a router ID of the router. So that means identification given to the routing protocol for a router is mainly used loopback, and also in the environment of labbing for test out connectivity. So we are just emulating some networks. Okay guys, R2 is done. As I said, I'm going to use both my method to verify. Show IP interface brief. Sometimes exclude unassign might not work in the simulators what you are using. So I see the interfaces, then I'm going to type show run, pipe include inter 255 shut. So these are shortcut commands. I want to verify the subnet mask is right. Yeah, subnet mask are right. Let's go to router 3. Let's go to router 3 and configure. Then we'll ping, then we'll configure the static routing. Config T interface Ethernet 00, IP address 10.23.23.3, 255.255.255.0. Always never forget to type no shut. Then exit, interface loopback 0, IP address 10.3.3.3, then 255.255.255.0. Very careful about the loopback. Sometimes it could be /32-bit or sometimes it could be /24-bit. Now I'll type show IP interface brief, exclude unassign. Okay guys, it's good. So let's see what type of static routing and default routing I did. Again, the question says do not configure additional routing. So here I'm going to configure, if I look at that particular diagram here, so guys, I'm going to go back to the diagram, and in the diagram I'm going to put only necessary static route and default route. So again, as we go back to the diagram here, here I need a default route for sure, so 00 route. Okay, here I need a default route pointed back this direction, again 0.0.0 route. Here also I need a default route pointed in this direction. Here I don't have to put a static route to 10.2 or 10.1 because this default route will take care of that one. So that's why I'm saying do not configure additional route. But on R2, now I'll change the color to a different color. I must need a static route to go to 10.3.3.3, and all on R1 I need a static route going to these three interfaces. For example, I should tell how to go to 10.2, how to go to 10.3, and also how to go to 10.23. So I already have a static route here saying to go to 10/8. So that means 10.000. So by looking at this diagram, on R1, R2, R3, I want to put 3 default route, and on R1 I'm going to have 3 static route. On R2 I need 1 static route. Let's keep this diagram handy and let's try to come up with, on a notepad document, let's write down the configuration, whatever we needed. Always you need a diagram, guys. Okay, so I think you guys have you have done the classes. So if you haven't done the classes, please come to www.ccna.ca to get more information and just more knowledge, guys. R1, so I'm going to do, I have to go to config mode and type IP route 10.2.2.0. so the way you type static route is next up and the mask, so the next destination, network, and the mask. And here I can type 2 ways. I can type 10.12.12.2, then I can type IP route 10.3.3.0, then 255.255.255.0, 10.12.12.2. Then I have tried one more static. I'm looking at here, guys, on R1 what static routes are needed. So even if you miss one of the static route, nothing will work. You have to make sure if the static route is very critical. So 23.23.0, then 255.255.255.0, 10.12.12.2. So these are the static route, and also I need a default route, IP route. The way to define default route is you put all zeros, then 10. In this case is going to be 100, 100, 100.100 because it's going to ISP router. Guys, before we add the static route, we'll better ping. And on R2, when you look at the diagram, you need 1 static route and 1 default route. So on R2, I should say how to go to internet and also how to go to this 10.3. I don't have to put any static route to this one because this 10.23.23 because it's a directly connected network. So on R2, IP route 10.3.3.0, 255.255.255.0. basically I'm taking this loop back and trying to see what's the network ID and what's the subnet. So you have to have subnetting skills very well. So again, if you haven't done the course, please come and learn from the expert instructors. Okay, I'm here now. So it's going to be 10.23.23.3. I'm telling on R2, if you want to go to this IP, please go to this particular .3 IP. In R2, I need a default route, IP route. Default route is 00000000. I'm telling it to go to 10.12.12.1. Go to R1. R2 is done. R3 now, our final static route. In the static route, I'm going to put only a default route because anywhere I want to go, I want to come in this direction. So I'm going to use, instead of putting 10.23, so I'm going to show you how I can write. I can type IP route 10.23.23. I'm sorry guys, it's going to be, it's a default route 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0. I can simply type 10.23.23.2, that's the next up, or I can type IP route. So you have to know both the variations. I'm going to use the second method to configure this particular one. I can just simply type ETH Ethernet 00. So basically you can put a next up IP address or you can put your own interface. The difference is in this case the admin distance become 1. If you choose to use this method, your admin distance is 0. The idea behind this is very simple guys. So when you put to this Ethernet 0, if you have a hub and it's part of a VLAN, it can go to all the routers. But if you put here, you are telling exactly where to go, only one IP address. So industry, they prefers more specific, so industry going with the first method. So guys, I think we have the, so I'm going to clear the screen of this static route. We don't this particular marking, then I will go and we'll try to type the configurations. Okay, so right now, before I do anything, can I ping from R1? So let's check the ping connectivity. That's very important. Ping 100.100.100.100. I'm pinging internet. Ping 10.12.12.2. I'm pinging. Then I'll go to R2 and ping both the sides. Ping 10.12.12.1, that's R1. Then ping 10.23.23.3. Okay, I have the IP connectivity. So, but right now on R2, if I type show IP route, just for, we are going to look at the routing table. If I type show IP route, I'm seeing only my connected route and local route. So connected network and connected, C stand for connected network, L stand for connected interface IP address with a mask. Okay, so right now I won't be able to ping anything. If I ping even just .10.3.3.3, this is R3 loopback, it's not going anywhere because there is no static routing. So let's configure from R1. Okay, I have the nodes taken here. Config T. I'm going to add all the value, but when you guys practice, just type, guys. So typing is the best way. So the routes are there. I'm going to go to R2 and type these two commands. Okay. Let's go to R3, config T. As I told you, I'm going to use the second method of default route. I can use either, but just for showing you guys. Okay. Okay, we are getting it giving a warning because the new iOS code, if not on a point-to-point interface, but it's okay. I want to verify everything is taken care of. If I type show IP route, just so you have a static route. It says directly connected Ethernet 00. Let's see what's the default route on R2, but R2 we use a different method. Show IP route. Okay, just see R2 has a next hop because that's the way you defined 1 and 0, because next hop, as I said, is 1 and 0. On R3, it is 0. That's why it's not showing you. So did you see the difference? In R2, when I use the next hop, it shows me administrative distance is 1. When I use R3, it's not showing anything. But at the end of the day, it should work. So for example, even I can try to ping 10.2.2.2. It's working. Okay, so right now we should have the full connectivity. If I go to R2, show IP route static. So R2 has only two static route, one to go to 10.3.3, other one is this one. If I go to R1, so I should see one default route and one static route. So show IP route static. Yeah, it has 4. One is a default route, other one's a static route. There are two ways to see, guys. You can type show run to see the static route. Okay, or you can type show IP route static. If you type show run pipe include IP route, that's I use another method. So basically what it do, it scans entire running configuration and give you output from IP route commands. Okay, right now we should have full connectivity. So let's go to R2. Let's try to ping from, okay, let's go back to the diagram also. So I want to show you guys. So let's go to R3 and try to ping. Okay, from R3, ping 10.2.2.2, ping 10.1.1.1. Then I want to ping internet, ping 1.2.3.4. I'm pinging internet and also ping 8.8.8.8. Guys, very important, even though you guys are learning a very basic CCNA lab, when I ping from R3, my source IP address will be 10.23.23.3 because it is going to be my outside interface. And in Cisco, there is another method of ping is called extended ping. I can change the source address to a different IP address and ping, and also I can give a number of packets, how many packets. For example, if I type ping IP, this is the best way. So I can say I want to ping 8.8.8.8. Then I can say I want to ping 100 times. If you want, you can change the packet size is 100 by default. Timeout. Now, very important, I want to say extended command ears. Source address, I'm going to say I want to ping from 10.3.3.3. So if I want to change the source of my originating packet, I can do something called extended ping. So now I'm going to keep on enter. Ping is done. So when the ping went with the source address of 10.3.3.3 rather 10.23.23.3. Guys, I know this lab is a little bit extra confusing, but take your time, draw the diagram, watch this video a couple of times, you'll get it. Finally, I will capture all the static route I typed. So try to screenshot the diagram or just draw the diagram. So let's see all the static route. Okay, for internet router, you might not have access in the real world. So show run pipe include IP route. So only one static route on R1. So you see already on the diagram. So I'll copy this command. I'll go to R2. One static route, one default route. On R3, only one default route. Guys, I hope you guys enjoy the lab. And in this case, I don't have natting going on R1, but going forward, all of the DHCP lab, RIP lab, and OSPF lab, I'm going to have a network address translation going on router 1. Thanks for watching my video. See you soon in other videos. And if you like, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Many Advantage.